Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather brief on Friday the 4th of November. Today's weather brief will cover a summary on the West European 5-day average temperatures, the UK, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation, and finally global weather alerts. We will start by taking the usual summarised look at mean surface temperatures across Europe. And there is generally no significant changes from previous days, and between days 11 and 15 many central and eastern areas of Europe are forecast to have temperatures either near or trending slightly below climate averages, whilst many western areas of Europe continue to maintain temperatures trending slightly above. Between days 6 and 10, with the exception of far eastern areas of Europe including Austria and Poland, many other areas of Europe are forecast to have a particularly mild spell of weather between days 6 and 10, with again temperatures trending slightly above, if not more significantly above average, across more western areas of Europe. And finally, between days 2 and 5, with the exception of temperatures generally being nearer to climate averages across some far eastern areas of Europe, and also perhaps across Iberia, many other areas of Europe are forecast to continue to maintain temperatures trending above climate norms. And now taking a look at the United Kingdom in some closer detail. And generally there is good continuation from previous days, and that is between days 11 and 15 as we move towards the middle of November. All of the available forecast models, including my specific temperature forecast, have temperatures trending at least 2 or 3 degrees above climate averages, and confidence levels are medium to high for this specific temperature trend. Between days 6 and 10 there is once again little change compared with previous days, and despite some model divergence with regards to just how significantly above climate average temperatures will become, all of the available forecast models maintain temperatures to be at least 2 or 3 degrees above a climate mean of around 8 degrees Celsius. Some of the more recent EC ensembles have temperatures at least 6 or 7 degrees above climate averages, but I expect these to be mild outliers, and overall temperatures are forecast to be nearer 2 or 3 degrees above climate norms. And between days 2 and 5, as we move towards and beyond the weekend of the 5th and 6th of November, temperatures are forecast to decline but still remain slightly above climate averages by around 1 or 2 degrees. Initially, at the start of the forecast period, temperatures may still be at least 4 or 5 degrees above average, but this is only expected to be temporary before our temperatures do drop over the next 2 to 5 days. The most recent latest ECMWF 32-day model comparison graph for the UK, which is also representative of many western areas of Europe, signals temperatures to be above climate averages at the start of the forecast period, but quickly drops temperatures to either near if not slightly below. At the present time this is not expected to take place until perhaps the middle and latter half of November, when cooler temperatures may develop. Until the middle of November at least, the UK and Western Europe are likely to experience temperatures trending slightly above climate norms. And now moving on to take a look at expected temperatures across Europe in some closer detail. And between days 11 and 15 there is model agreement and consistency from previous days, and that is for many central and particularly eastern areas of Europe including Switzerland, Germany, Austria, and also further east into Poland, to have temperatures near or trending slightly below climate averages by around 2 or 3 degrees. This is in contrast with more western areas of Europe, including the UK and France for example, where temperatures are likely to continue to remain slightly above climate norms. The latest Austria model comparison graph helps to illustrate this situation well, and as you can see, prior to the weekend of the 12th and 13th of November, temperatures are forecast to be either near or slightly above average, but as we move towards the middle of November, between days 11 and 15, temperatures do drop and become at least 2 or 3 degrees below climate norms. And again, this is in contrast to more western areas of Europe, where temperatures are likely to remain slightly above climate averages. Between days 6 and 10 there is generally no significant changes from previous days, and that is for many eastern areas of Europe to again have temperatures near to climate averages, if not just beginning to drop slightly below. However, many other areas of Europe, from the UK to Switzerland to Italy, France and Spain, all these countries are forecast to have temperatures either trending slightly above or even above climate norms by at least 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. The latest France model comparison graph helps to illustrate this situation very well indeed, and as you can see within the highlighted red circle, which covers the 6 to 10 day period, there is very good if not excellent model agreement for temperatures to be trending 2 or 3 degrees above a climate mean of around 9 or 10 degrees Celsius. It is worth to highlight as well that there is excellent model agreement throughout the whole of the 14-day period to suggest that temperatures across France and Western Europe are likely to be trending at least 2 if not 3 degrees above climate norms. And finally, within the short term over the next 2 to 5 days, Once again, with perhaps the exception of far eastern areas of Europe, including Austria and Poland, where temperatures may be nearer to climate averages, many other areas of Europe are forecast to have temperatures at least 3 if not 4 degrees above climate norms, particularly across some central areas of Europe, including Benelux, France and also Switzerland, for example. And now moving on to take a look at the expected precipitation totals across Scandinavia. And the trend, which has been evident throughout the whole of this week, for precipitation totals to be generally below, if not well below climate averages, continues today. Many central and southern areas of Norway, Sweden and also Finland are forecast to have precipitation totals less than 25% of normal totals over the next 7 to 14 days. Some far northern regions of Norway and also Finland may have precipitation totals nearer to climate averages, but generally a dry, if not very dry, spell of weather is forecast throughout most of Scandinavia over the next 7 to 14 days. And now moving on to take a look at global weather alerts, which highlight significant deviations from normal. And despite mean surface temperatures across central and northern areas of China nearing 0 degrees Celsius, as you can see, particularly over the next 7 to 10 days, temperatures are forecast to be at least 6 to 8 degrees above climate averages, in what is forecast to be a particularly mild spell of weather for early November across central and northern China in particular. Of concern also is the predicted precipitation totals across southern areas of China, particularly over the next 7 to 10 days. Precipitation totals in excess of 125 to 150 millimetres is possible, which is comfortably 600% of normal, with the likely risk of further additional flooding across some southern and also southeastern areas of China. And finally, the trend from previous days continues today, and that is for many western areas of the United States to continue to experience temperatures well below climate averages by perhaps as much as 8 to 12 degrees Fahrenheit, with mean surface temperatures ranging between 0 to -5. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Goodbye.